Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Move 42, set, what?
Duval, baby! Hey everybody, this is Andrew, and welcome to episode 66 of the Jaguar Podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about some of the potential free agent roster cuts. So let's jump into it. There have been a lot of rumors on Twitter, Instagram, and even on the Jacksonville Jaguars website that AJ Bouye and Marcel Darius will be cut from the roster. AJ Bouye, are one of our number one corners, and then of course Marcel Darius, our defensive tackle. There are rumors that they will be cut. So, I could kind of understand, cutting Marcel Darius because, that will save about $20 million to the cap. So, I understand that, he hasn't been healthy. He hasn't, been consistent in terms of, his durability. He's been a great run stopper, but, I just think it's time to part ways with him, based on the cap situation. We definitely need the money, and he's, we're just taking a big hit by having him on the roster. So I understand that, but what I really don't understand is why they would want to cut AJ Bouye.
Idiot!
I mean, this guy is our number one corner. Wasn't in the spotlight when Jalen Ramsey was here, but now he's kind of the veteran. He's our number one. His performance did kind of suffer and wasn't as good this year, compared to 2017 and 2018. But I really feel like we need a veteran corner on our roster who's going to be able to teach some of the younger, less experienced corners like Trey Herndon and DJ Hayden, and help them develop. We need somebody who's going to be able to shut down, opposing teams' number one wide receivers. I mean, we have to go up against teams like, the Houston Texans, and we need to be able to shut down DeAndre Hopkins, and I feel like if we cut AJ Bouye, we're just not going to have somebody who's going to be very strong at that position. If we do, we're going to have to rely on either a free agent signing at the corner position, or we're going to have to go and draft somebody and just hope and pray to God that they're going to be able to play good during their rookie season. I just don't feel like we have the depth at that position either. I don't think Trey Herndon or DJ Hayden is that a number one corner at all. I mean, DJ Hayden has had some really good plays last season. Trey Herndon played okay, but I don't think he's a guy that's going to shut down, wide receivers like DeAndre Hopkins or, any of those type of, power wide receivers. So I definitely think cutting Bouye would not be a good decision, but it will free up, I think, about $11.5 million. So I could see, why it would be considered, but I just don't see why we would cut him from, a veteran or, a depth perspective. So that's kind of how I feel about the AJ Bouye situation. There's others that we could cut as well to free up, cap space. That would also include, left guard Andrew Norwell. I believe he's that would free up about $9 million. Jeff Swaim, or tight end, if we cut him, that would free up about $4 million. He's been pretty inconsistent this season. Marquise Lee, wide receiver, has just been injury prone. If we cut him, that frees up about $5.25 million. And then linebacker, Jake Ryan, who was hurt with a torn ACL. I don't even think he played one snap this season. If we cut him, that would free up $6 million. And then, like I said again, Norwell, if If we cut him, that would free up $9 million. So if we cut, Swaim, Darius, Lee, Ryan, and Norwell, that would total about $44 million that we could free up in cap space. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand, based on those guys, why you would even include Bouye in there. There are some other considerations as well and issues with contracts, one being Calais Campbell, his deal. I don't see him being cut. I mean, I think that's just not it's not going to happen. He's just really a leader on the team, and he's really well liked in Jacksonville. I don't see that happening. I think it'll be very unlikely that happens. So, I think it's good keeping him too. Hopefully we can restructure his deal. Maybe he'll agree to a lower contract, and hopefully we can kind of free up some money there with the contract renegotiation. I think we definitely need to cut left guard Andrew Norwell. This guy's just not played well at all this season. He's getting blown off the ball. Just not very good at all this season. And I feel like we could kind of shuffle some of our offensive linemen around. I mean, why don't we, throw Will Richardson in at left guard? I don't think that would be, that difficult to do. I mean, I think, if someone wants to play and be a contender in the NFL, they're willing to, switch positions. And I don't think, switching from tackle to guard would be that difficult. That's just me. But I think, that would be a logical step instead of having to go outside to free agency or, depend on a draft pick, like a rookie offensive lineman. So, I would just say, I don't understand why they have Norwell, why they're even considering bringing him back. He just played terribly. So I think we could probably move somebody, on the Jaguars backup squad to left guard, Will Richardson being one of them. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know how you feel about this situation. There's kind of a lot of things up in the air right now in terms of who will be cut and who will stay. I'm hoping that, they don't cut Bouye, but we'll see what happens. But let me know how you feel about this situation. Leave me a comment on the podcast episode or YouTube video. Give me a like if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel. So if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagwarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.